It's Friday, August the 1st, 2014. I'm Nikki Gordon-Bloomfield, and this is episode number 45 of T.E.N, Transport Evolves News for the week beginning July the 28th, 2014. It's official. The site we told you about last week in Reno, Nevada is indeed one of several sites being developed by Tesla Motors as a potential location for its Gigafactory battery reprocessing and manufacturing facility. Confirmed yesterday evening by Tesla in its official Q2 shareholder letter, Tesla confirmed that Reno, Nevada was the first potential Gigafactory site to break ground, but it was careful to reiterate that it may not be the final chosen location. Other sites, warned Tesla, were also being developed and would be developed to avoid any delays in the building of the Gigafactory and subsequent Model 3 sedan, which relies on Gigafactory-built batteries for its low price. Also worthy of note in the official Q2 earnings report was the news that Tesla's recent factory closure in Fremont should enable the company to exceed its 35,000 Model S manufacturing goal for 2014, as well as the news that Tesla earnings per share are up to 11 cents per share using the non-GAAP accounting method. We'll be talking about the Gigafactory and earning results later on today in Transport Evolved, so be sure to tune in. We might not know for sure where Tesla plans on siting its first Gigafactory lithium-ion battery manufacturing and reprocessing facility, but we do know for sure that its current battery supplier Panasonic will be its main business partner in the endeavour. Announced yesterday morning ahead of Tesla's Q2 earnings call, Tesla Motors and Panasonic confirmed their collaboration on the Gigafactory in a joint press release. As predicted earlier this week, Tesla plans to fund the purchase of the land, the building of the factory itself, and any utilities needed, while Panasonic is going to fund the equipment needed to actually make the cylindrical battery cells. Interestingly, however, Tesla says the Gigafactory won't just be taken up by Panasonic and its production lines. Instead, about one half of the space will be taken up by Panasonic, with the rest of the space utilised by other companies used to turn the Panasonic-made lithium-ion cells into finished battery packs that will be used in Tesla cars, most notably the 2017 Tesla Model 3 the factory is built specifically to supply. DC quick charging stations are traditionally very expensive, very large, and frankly not all that reliable. As well as requiring a substantial power source nearby, the physical dimensions of your average DC quick charging station, about the size of an average US refrigerator, are too large to mount somewhere convenient like a wall. But that all changed this week with the unveiling of a brand new 24 kilowatt DC quick charging station by Bosch, produced in collaboration with BMW to offer affordable CCS quick charging solutions to BMW's official partners. The WallMounted DC quick charger weighs just 100 pounds and is small enough to mount on the wall. And it costs just $6,548. While it's a little less powerful than the standard 50 kilowatts used on most DC quick charging stations, users really shouldn't notice too much difference between this reduced power unit and the more powerful, more expensive 50 kilowatt charging stations out there. That's because the more powerful 50 kilowatt DC charging stations only actually provide 50 kilowatts of power for the first few minutes of a quick charge cycle. Although the units will still likely be too powerful for your average home installation, BMW also announced a new free-to-charge program being rolled out across California this year with partner provider NRG EVgo. Like the free-to-charge program offered by Nissan, you'll be able to charge your car for free in California, provided you have a BMW card, of course. In the world of showbiz, nothing says you've made it big in the world like a guest appearance on The Simpsons. And if the Simpsons creators name an episode after you and invite you to play yourself in it, then the chances are you really are someone rather special. So if I was to tell you that California's #1 electric car making, space exploring entrepreneur Elon Musk was about to appear in a Musk-centric episode of The Simpsons this fall, you should be suitably impressed. Announced last week at the San Diego Comic-Con, Simpsons executive producer Al Jean said Musk would star as himself in an episode entitled The Musk Who Fell to Earth, in which Musk will end up locking horns with everyone's favourite evil nuclear power plant owner, C. Montgomery Burns. I wonder if the Simpsons team will give Mr. Musk his own cartoon version of a Model S to drive too. What do you think? It's official, or sort of. First mass-produced hydrogen fuel cell sedan will be called the Toyota Mirai when it goes on sale next year. Although Toyota hasn't officially confirmed the name yet, Bloomberg confirmed this week via a source close to the company that the hydrogen fuel cell car will take on the Mirai name very soon. And for those who are curious, Mirai in Japanese means the future. Aside from being a rather pretentious name, which seems to fit Toyota's first mass-produced hydrogen fuel cell car, the rumour gets our seal of approval because, as several commentators have noted this week, Toyota has trademarked the name with the US Patent Office, leading us to think that this new name is almost certainly the name we'll have to start using for the new H2 car. What do you think of the name? Is it accurate, apt, or do you have another one you'd like to use? Leave us your thoughts in the comments below. The 2014 Chevrolet Volt, General Motors' popular range extended electric hatchback, has been awarded a 2014 Top Safety Pick Plus award by the US Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, the organisation which crash tests every car on sale in the US to see just how safe they are, introduced the all-new crash test back in 2012 called the Small Offset Frontal Impact Test, designed to test the crashworthiness of a vehicle in a collision where a pole or other object with 25% of the bumper is impacted. The small offset frontal impact test is notoriously difficult to pass, especially with flying colours. But the Chevrolet Volt managed it in its stride, being awarded an acceptable rating by the IIHS in the all-new test. While that's not quite the good rating awarded it in the rest of the IIHS crash tests, it does mean the Volt is one safe plug-in. Sadly, however, Nissan's popular LEAF electric hatchback didn't fare so well in the same small offset frontal impact test as its nearest plug-in rival. Although the LEAF retains its high scores in the rest of the IIHS tests, the all-electric family car scored poorly in the new test, with a shocking 16 inches of intrusion into the driver's side of the cabin and 14 inches of intrusion into the driver footwell. A real collision of that magnitude, said the IIHS, would likely result in some nasty lower and mid-leg injuries, perhaps even injuring the driver's left thigh. As many in the industry admit, the new IIHS test is kind of severe, partly because of the physics involved of focusing a force of an impact on such a small area of the car. Still, let's hope Nissan improves this particular crash test on the next generation LEAF, eh? The Mitsubishi Outlander plug-in hybrid might have only been on sale in Europe for a year, less in some places, but it is already proving an instant hit with plug-in car buyers, helping Mitsubishi break their 33,000 sales total. That's according to Mitsubishi North America, which announced the sales milestone last week at the Plug-in 2014 conference in San Jose, California. Although the Mitsubishi Outlander plug-in hybrid began Japanese sales more than a year ago, in January 2013, manufacturing problems with the battery pack led to a significant backlog in orders and a delay in worldwide sales. That's now all behind the firm, with demand far outstripping supply. So far, Mitsubishi says it's sold more than 18,000 Outlander plug-in hybrids in Europe alone, with another 15,000 in its home market of Japan. And that's before it's even gone on sale in the US, something that won't happen until a revised version is launched sometime next year. If you're in the UK, the dream of being driven to work in your self-driving car might be becoming a little bit closer to reality after the UK government approved the use of self-driving and fully autonomous vehicles on the roads of the UK from January next year. Under the new scheme, the UK government says it's set aside £10 million in funding to help 3 cities around the UK host driverless car trials. Carried out in collaboration with local businesses and research organisations, the test programmes will start in January next year and last between 18 and 36 months. With scope in the programme to research both conventional cars with self-driving or semi-autonomous capabilities and a new breed of fully autonomous vehicles without any driver controls, the UK Business Secretary Vince Cable says the scheme is essential to keep the UK at the forefront of automotive technology. Of course, paving the way for self-driving cars also means tackling some of the legislative and regulatory barriers to the technology in the UK, something the UK government says it will do in the next few months as it undertakes an extensive review of current road and insurance legislation to prepare the way for future car tech. That's it for the week. Don't forget to join us next week for another episode of T.E.N. And in the meantime, visit www.transportevolve.com for all the Evolve transport news that's fit to print. Subscribe to our channel and other shows on YouTube, and join us for our Transport Evolved News Panel talk show later on today, when we'll be discussing these stories and others. I'm Nikki Gordon-Bloomfield, and until next time, stay juiced up.